It is Tuesday, June 26th. Thank you guys for tuning back into the channel. I have some news coming out of Sprint, an item from T-Mobile, a little bit about the T-Mobile Sprint merger, so some news there, and then something that doesn't often make any news here on the channel is Consumer Cellular, so I got something there for you guys as well. Before I get into the content, I just want to talk a little bit about what's been going on here with the channel. So my current subscriber number is 840, which is awesome. I'm very happy to see that the channel is growing. The first year of the channel, we had about 500 subs. In January, I set a goal to add 600 subs in 2018. This would bring the total to 1,100 subscribers. And at this rate, we should actually exceed my initial goal for the year. So we may actually have 1,100 subs by the end of the summer. Maybe at some point in September. So I'm very excited for that. So I want to take the time to thank you all my loyal and longtime subs. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel, and I hope you stay and ride with me for the long haul. Many thanks to all of you out there in YouTube land. You guys are the best part of the channel. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and transition into the content of the video. So on today's agenda, we have news coming from AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile. It's been kind of quiet on the Verizon side, though I have been seeing a lot of commercials and ads for the company, especially as it pertains to the network side. So more on that in a future video, so look forward to that. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Sprint news. Sprint's brief but buzzworthy $15 unlimited plan, which was short-lived, I think available for less than 2 weeks, maybe about 9 to 10 days, was a big topic a couple of weeks ago. I did a video on it when it was announced, and then I did another update when it dropped, and then also when it was prematurely ended by Sprint because of the huge response and such a high demand from consumers. The update involves a very deep and thorough credit check, actually, to qualify for the plan. This is referred to as a hard pull, common in the application of new credit cards and loans. It's now pretty standard when signing up for new services with carriers as well. So carriers use this information to decide, what you can qualify in terms of plans, services, and smartphones. An occasional hard pull is not really an issue. However, the problem here is that frequent and repeated hard pulls in short allotments of time can negatively impact credit scores and ratings. So some people felt Sprint pulling the credit report for just the service was a little bit overkill. There were no smartphones involved or other hardware involved in the deal. This means there's obviously much less at stake for the company, and the plan is essentially $15 per month. What I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below is, did anyone out there jump on the deal? And if so, can you confirm that they did a hard pull credit check? And also, if you did, does it bother you that they did this? Or are you more impartial or indifferent? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Alright, transitioning over to T-Mobile. So Magenta has just announced the new family mode parental monitoring and protection service. It allows control over apps and devices for parents on all of their connected devices and services on their family plans. The device is available starting June 29th. Parents will have more granular control and filtering for, their kids and other family members. It does involve an actual device, which has a cost of $20, and the service component is $10 per month. So in a time where parental care is a real issue in the cyber and digital world, this app and device combo could be something that could give parents the opportunity to be more thorough in protecting wandering kids from stepping into dangerous digital potholes. Most services that carriers offer are pretty much just location trackers. It's all location based. This service does that as well, but it offers a home Wi-Fi based device that works in congruence with the specific Surface application to monitor, filter, and set limits to all devices on the network. It can also connect to smart TVs and gaming consoles. It does involve, app installations, usage and activity on apps. To a parent, this is pretty nice. Any parents out there, if you're on T-Mobile, does this interest you? Are you willing to pay for this device and the service? If you are on another carrier, do you want to see your service provider add something like this? Thoughts and opinions below, please. Shifting over to Consumer Cellular. So a provider that doesn't often make the headlines here on the channel. They're obviously a much smaller company, not very active in the promotional space. Anyway, the provider is set to hit the 3 million customer mark very soon. At some point later this year, I believe. Currently, they are at 2.9 million, and according to estimates, the 3 million threshold is on the horizon. Consumer Cellular is the nation's second largest MVNO, only behind TracFone, which has about 23 million customers in all of their joint businesses. Consumer Cellular is a service company that is not very active in advertising. They don't really cater to young customers or hipsters or anything like that. They're a small-time company, but it's still good to see them compete and grow, although there are obviously some limitations and restrictions to what they can do in the competitive space. I'm going to transition to some T-Mobile and Sprint merger news. So the merger seems to be in very good shape. The climate right now feels like it's pretty much all set to be a go. I sense the approval process is very likely to proceed without any hiccups or setbacks. The business plans are developing well. For example, the headquarters for where the merger will be, FCC licensing, applications, etc. From a stock market standpoint, the market senses that this is a good buy. Market experts are just waiting for the full approval, and I think a lot of people plan to buy and hold long term. These are all really good signs for the merger. In the comment section below, let me know the sense you're feeling about the merger. Do you feel as confident as I am about the merger and how it's going to proceed as it should? Do you foresee any hiccups or snags? I personally don't see any issues moving forward. I think T-Mobile has done a fantastic job in approaching the approval process from more of a proactive standpoint, especially with the antitrust chief and DOJ. The FCC part should be a breeze. They've also made their effective argument about the international competitive market and the nature of the 5G race. I think trying to compete with Verizon and AT&T was a good argument for them as well. And they're both very well positioned for 5G network deployment, infrastructure installment, and with spectrum implementations. I think it's really coming together for the Sprint T-Mobile merger. I don't see anything stopping it from happening. And the last tidbit for today's video, carriers are really pushing for the FCC to oversee the fee administration, determinations, and license distribution for state and city level small cell deployment. So small cells are going to be huge in the initial deployment of infrastructure for fifth generation networks. Even in the long term, they're going to be big time cogs in 5G. So what carriers want is cost regulation to be controlled by the FCC so states and cities don't kill them with fees to roll out and install these hardware components. So at times, putting up microcells can be costly for ISPs because cities are charging very high fees to the carriers. This is from the licenses end of things, so locations and fees are a constraint to the deployment of 5G infrastructure. Now, without getting too technical into actual numbers, this would definitely save ISPs a lot of money if the FCC was to oversee these things. So it would definitely be to their advantage as the new FCC is very ISP and carrier friendly. Do you guys think that the FCC should streamline the process for licensing, application, and hardware deployment? Or do you think it should remain city and state controlled and regulated? I personally feel cities and states need to retain this power. I'm not pro FCC at this point at all. For example, what happened to net neutrality and the absolute dismantling of protective rights to users on the net. So this is a no-go for me. I don't want to see the FCC overseeing anything more than they should, which is already too much in my humble opinion. So that ends the video, guys. A lot of interesting items to discuss below in the comment section below. So have at it, guys and gals. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to rate. A thumbs up is what I'm looking for. Please consider a donation to the channel. There is a PayPal link located in the description below. If you appreciate what the channel offers and would like to provide financial support to the channel to keep it going, that is greatly appreciated. Any amount is perfect. Video live stream coming, podcast coming, Patreon page coming. Stay tuned for that. It's an exciting time here on Sneed Mobile Tech. Thank you guys for your continued support. Have an excellent day, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Peace.